ever wondered how some people can control others so effectively? The answer lies in dark psychology. Dark psychology, an intriguing yet unsettling realm of human behavior, is a study of the human mind's darker capabilities. It explores how individuals can use manipulation, deceit, and coercion to control or influence others. This isn't just about parlor tricks or harmless influence. Dark psychology delves into the harmful, often destructive ways that people can wield influence and control. Understanding dark psychology is crucial, not because we want to employ these tactics, but to shield ourselves from them. It's akin to arming oneself with a mental shield, a force field that can repel the harmful effects of these manipulative strategies. In the world we live in, filled with diverse interactions and countless relationships, it's inevitable to cross paths with individuals who have less than noble intentions. These people could be anywhere, in our workplaces, social circles, or even within our families. They operate subtly, almost invisibly, using sophisticated techniques to manipulate and control. They employ dark psychology, a tool that can be incredibly powerful when used with malicious intent. It's an unseen form of manipulation, a psychological warfare that many of us aren't even aware we're fighting. It's a battle of the mind, where the weapons are words, emotions, and perceptions. But here's the good news. Once you understand these techniques, you're better equipped to identify and resist them. Knowledge is power, after all. And in this case, it's a power that can protect you from becoming a pawn in someone else's game. Over the course of this video, we'll unmask 7 common techniques used in dark psychology. These techniques include manipulative language, emotional manipulation, social proof, reciprocation, authority influence, misdirection and distraction, and finally, isolation and dependency. Recognizing these tactics is the first step in neutralizing their impact. It's about understanding the game, so you're not unwittingly playing into someone else's hands. As we delve deeper, we will unmask 7 techniques that are commonly used. So, buckle up and prepare for an enlightening journey into the shadowy corners of the human mind. The first technique is manipulative language. Picture this. You're in a conversation, and the words being used are subtly guiding you to a specific viewpoint or decision. This is the power of manipulative language. It's like a hidden hand, steering your thoughts without you even realizing it. Let's take a simple example. Don't you want to be successful? The question is framed in such a way that saying no seems irrational. It's a trap, designed to make you agree with whatever follows. Another example, everyone is doing it. This phrase plays on our inherent desire to fit in, making us more susceptible to the idea being presented. Manipulative language can also evoke strong emotions, making us more likely to act without thinking. Phrases like, "You're too good for this," or "You deserve better," can trigger feelings of self-doubt or entitlement, making us more receptive to manipulation. Remember, words have power, but the power of understanding them is even greater. Next up is emotional manipulation. Deeply entrenched in the dark corners of psychology, emotional manipulation is a crafty technique that can bewilder even the most fortified minds. It's the art of controlling people's feelings and behaviors, turning them into unwitting puppets on a string. Imagine a puppeteer, skillfully pulling at heartstrings instead of puppet strings, dictating emotions rather than movements. This puppeteer is no ordinary performer but a master of manipulation, adept at exploiting vulnerabilities to evoke fear, guilt, or even love. Emotional manipulation is a silent yet potent weapon that can leave lasting scars, often more painful than physical wounds. It's an invisible battleground where the manipulator triumphs by weakening the emotional resilience of their prey. But the power to change this narrative lies within you. By understanding how emotional manipulation works, you can build a shield of awareness and self-confidence, rendering these puppet strings ineffective. Emotions are not toys to be played with, but understanding this technique can help you protect your emotional well-being. Our third technique is social proof. This is a powerful psychological phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior for a given situation. It's the idea that if others are doing it, it must be the right thing to do. Consider the viral trends that sweep across social media platforms. These trends gain popularity because we see others participating and we feel compelled to join in. This is social proof in action. It influences our decisions, our behaviors, and can even shape our beliefs. Advertisers and influencers harness this technique to sway our choices, from the products we buy to the lifestyles we aspire to, but it's crucial to remember that popularity doesn't equate to correctness. It's essential to question the herd, to think critically, and to trust your own judgment. Remember, just because something is popular does not make it right. The fourth technique is reciprocation. This principle is deeply ingrained in our social fabric. It's the idea that when someone does something for us, we feel an almost irresistible urge to return the favor. It's a dance as old as humanity itself. But here's where it gets twisted. Manipulators can exploit this principle by offering unsolicited favors or gifts. They don't do this out of kindness, but to create an obligation. It's like they're saying, "I did this for you, now you owe me." And the scary part is, we often feel compelled to reciprocate, even if we didn't want or ask for the initial favor. It's as if we're caught in a psychological debt trap. But remember, genuine acts of kindness don't come with strings attached. If you feel pressured to return a favor you never asked for, that's a red flag. Reciprocity is a social norm, but it should not be a tool for manipulation. The fifth technique is authority influence. Now picture this. We all have certain figures of authority in our lives, right? They can be anyone from our parents, teachers, bosses, to even celebrities we admire. Now imagine if these figures used their positions to influence our behavior or decisions. It's a powerful tool, isn't it? But here's where it gets dark. When this influence is used manipulatively, it can have profound effects on our lives. For instance, an authority figure might use their position to make us believe in something that isn't true, or coerce us into actions we may not be comfortable with. This is the essence of authority influence. It's important to remember that true authority is about guiding and inspiring, not controlling or manipulating. So next time you feel that tug of authority influence, question it. Is it genuine guidance or manipulative control? Authority should inspire respect, not fear or manipulation. The sixth technique is misdirection and distraction. Just like a magician diverts your attention to pull off a trick, manipulators use misdirection and distraction as their tools of trade. They artfully guide your focus away from what truly matters, towards what they want you to see or believe. Imagine being in a conversation where the manipulator subtly shifts the topic, steering you away from a pertinent issue. They may even create a ruckus, a spectacle, something that draws your attention away from their ulterior motives. Misdirection and distraction are not only about shifting focus, they also involve creating a smokescreen of confusion or doubt. This makes it challenging to see the truth, to understand what's really happening. It's a game of shadows and illusions where reality and fiction blur, leaving you disoriented and susceptible to manipulation. Remember, awareness is your greatest defense against these tactics. Stay vigilant, your focus is your power. The final technique is isolation and dependency. A manipulator will often use this method to make a person feel alone, vulnerable, and reliant on them. It's a way of creating an illusion that the manipulator is the only source of support and understanding. Imagine a spider spinning a web around its prey, slowly and methodically. Each strand of silk is a tactic of isolation, slowly removing the individual from their support network. Friends, family, colleagues, all are pushed away, leaving the individual feeling alone and helpless. Then comes dependency. The manipulator positions themselves as the only solution, the only port in the storm. They become the sole provider of comfort, guidance, and even identity. The individual, feeling isolated and alone, becomes reliant on their manipulator, thus completing the cycle of control. But let's not forget, everyone has the right to their own space, their own decisions, and their own life. Remember, everyone deserves autonomy and respect. Now that you know these techniques, it's time to build your defenses. Let's journey into the zenith zone, a place of empowerment and resilience. Here we equip ourselves with the tools to counteract the manipulative strategies we've discussed. It's not about building walls, but about creating a force field that fosters growth, understanding, and compassion, while protecting us from harmful influences. First, we have to develop our critical thinking skills. Like a detective, we should question everything, analyze the facts, and make decisions based on evidence, not emotions. Remember, manipulators thrive on confusion and ignorance. By cultivating our ability to think critically, we strip them of this power. Secondly, trust your instincts. Often our gut feelings are our subconscious mind's way of warning us. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't let anyone sway you from your inner voice. It's your personal compass, guiding you away from potential harm. Next, practice emotional awareness. Understand your feelings and why you're experiencing them. This self-awareness can help you recognize when someone is attempting to manipulate your emotions. Building self-confidence is another vital step. Believe in your worth and abilities. Those who know their value are less likely to fall prey to people who try to undermine it. Setting boundaries is equally important. Know your limits and make them known to others. This will deter manipulators who seek to take advantage of your generosity or kindness. Lastly, be wary of quick trust. Genuine relationships take time to build. If someone is rushing you into trusting them, it could be a red flag. These strategies aren't about becoming paranoid or untrusting. They're about empowering yourself, understanding others, and fostering healthier relationships. They're about stepping into the zenith zone, a place where you're in control and not at the mercy of manipulators. Join the zenith zone and build your force field against these bad actors. Subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking videos.